Today, I want to talk about what is I Ching, why I present I Ching in English, and why we should pay attention to this very, very old book now. Let's get started. First question, what is I Ching? I Ching is a book of 64 hexagrams. It is a handbook of the operating system for our universe. If you followed my presentations, you already have a basic impression on what are included in I Ching. We completed first 10 hexagrams. Each hexagram has its image based on the yin and yang line combinations. And each hexagram has its judgments. Each line in the hexagram has their comments. I Ching has been handed down to the present day as a book of divination. Amazingly, there has been no single instance on the record that can prove the divinations from the I Ching was wrong. According to British philosopher of science Karl Popper and his falsificationist, if you cannot prove it false, it is true. So the divinations of I Ching are as true as Newton's second law of motion. But if we only take I Ching as a book of divination, we absolutely underestimated it. To me, it is a complete handbook of the operating system for our universe. Allow me to explain. To make our complicated and changing universe easier for us to deal with, Fuxi reduced it to three powers: the sky, the ground, and the human. Those three powers are constantly interacting. In such a three-power system, simple deterministic rules are broken. For example, Newton's second law of motion is useless. Even Laplace's statistic does not help. Fuxi's world is uncomputable but random. Fuxi invented 64 hexagrams and taught people how to make sense from this randomly changing universe. The universe is a sequence of hexagrams on highest level. If we zoom in, there are many sequences of hexagrams at various levels. We can further focus on just one person, and it's also a sequence of hexagrams. Using I Ching for fortune telling is at this level, this personal level. King Wen of Zhou used the I Ching for divination. It was at a tribe's level, a nation's level. Fuxi invented 64 hexagrams and named them. How did Fuxi explain and teach people? We do not know. Maybe we will know it later by archaeological discoveries. The judgments on hexagrams we see now was written by King Wen of Zhou. The judgments tell us what the hexagram is in general. Each hexagram has 6 lines, which represent the processes of hexagram. So the line comments are for the development of the hexagram. Fuxi contained our universe under 64 hexagrams, just like added an operating system around the universe. Now we have I Ching, a complete handbook of the operating system for our universe. Second question, why do I want to present I Ching in English? We already have many English translations of I Ching. I read several of them and found they were wrong. They misinterpreted very fundamental concepts: the sky, the ground, and the human. They are the foundation to understand hexagrams. But the English translations I read mistakenly translated the sky to heaven, mistakenly translated the ground to earth. It is the sky that interacts with the human in real life, not heaven. For example, the fifth hexagram, Shu hexagram, is the clouds go up to the sky. It cannot be the clouds go up to the heaven. Seventh hexagram, Shi hexagram, is water under the ground, not water under the earth. Therefore, I have to present I Ching in English myself. I wanted to make I Ching easier for English reader. Finally, last question. Why do we care about I Ching now? I Ching was a book written thousands of years ago. Why do we want to read this old book? Because we are facing new challenges from AI. Someone said general AGI will come soon, and it will end human era. We as human beings has to find a way to survive. Maybe we could outsmart AI. I Ching is a book I found its unique methodology could be helpful, could be inspirational, because it's different. It treated the universe differently. If this reason does not convince you, because AI threats are debatable, it seems still remote, not imminent, I found a second reason, much real to us now. That is the chaos of our world. The prices go up, there are wars here and there are conflicts among nations, or between parties, or even at the street, or within our families. The weather also goes crazy. We already tried everything. Why we try something different? We can try to use I Ching, a handbook of operating system for our universe. Don't we want to be an operator of the world rather than the person being operated? If this reason still did not convince either, because we are not in the mission to change the world, I have another reason that we hardly can disagree. We need to learn I Ching to know our opponent, to understand Chinese people and their leaders. Not very long ago, in year 2014, wife of President Xi Jinping wrote 厚德载物, 4 Chinese characters using Chinese writing brush on site when she escorted wife of President Obama visiting a high school in Beijing, and gave it to Michelle as a gift. Those 4 Chinese characters are a popular idiom in China. It's a direct citation from I Ching. specifically from second hexagram, Kun hexagram. If we want to win the competition with China, we might want to know how they think, because they knew how we think. That's all for today. Next time, I will resume our journey on I Ching, introduce next hexagram, Pi hexagram. Bye.